You wake up, you go to work, you come home. You repeat this cycle thousands of times. And somewhere deep inside, a question emerges. Does any of this actually matter? What if it's all just nothing? This is what Camus called the absurd. It's the collision between two forces, our desperate human need for meaning and the universe's complete silence. We ask why, and the cosmos offers no answer. Most people spend their lives running from this realization. They fill every moment with distraction. Work becomes identity. Success becomes purpose. Anything to avoid the void, anything to silence the question. But the question always returns. In quiet moments, it surfaces. Late at night, during long drives, in the space between tasks. The absurd doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It waits patiently. Camus identified three common escapes from the absurd. The first is physical suicide, ending life because it seems pointless. The second is philosophical suicide, inventing false meaning to feel comfortable. Both are forms of surrender. Philosophical suicide is more common than you think. It's accepting ready-made answers without questioning. Religious dogma, ideological certainty, any system that promises complete meaning. These are comforting lies we tell ourselves. But Camus proposed a third option. Neither ending life nor lying to yourself. Instead, face the absurd directly. Acknowledge that life has no inherent meaning, and then choose to live anyway. This is rebellion. Here's the paradox. The moment you accept meaninglessness, you become free. If nothing matters cosmically, then everything matters personally. You're no longer imprisoned by external expectations. You become the author of your own meaning. Think of Sisyphus pushing his boulder up the mountain. The gods condemned him to repeat this task forever. The boulder always rolls back down. It's the perfect metaphor for absurd existence, endless effort with no ultimate achievement. But Camus makes a stunning claim. We must imagine Sisyphus happy, not despite his situation, but because of it. The struggle itself is enough. The pushing is the point. There is no summit that would make it worthwhile. This is the psychology of the absurd hero. You recognize that your work will be forgotten, your achievements will crumble, everything you build will eventually disappear. And you choose to build anyway. That's courage. Most people find this depressing at first. If nothing lasts, why bother? But flip the question. If nothing lasts, why not live fully? Why not experience everything possible? Impermanence isn't tragic, it's liberating. The absurd person lives without appeal. No afterlife to justify suffering. No cosmic justice balancing the scales. No ultimate purpose making it all worthwhile. Just this moment, just this experience, just this breath, that's enough. This creates a strange kind of freedom. You're no longer performing for an invisible audience. You're not accumulating points for heaven. You're not trying to leave a legacy, you're simply alive. And that simplicity is profound. Camus wrote that the only serious philosophical question is suicide. Should we continue living in an absurd world? His answer was yes. Not because life has meaning, but because we can create meaning through rebellion and passion. The absurd hero doesn't need hope. Hope implies waiting for something better. Instead, there's acceptance. This is the world. This is the condition. There's beauty in seeing clearly. Truth without consolation has its own dignity. Think about your daily routines differently now. Washing dishes, commuting to work, having conversations. None of it serves a cosmic purpose. But each moment is an opportunity to be fully present, to choose engagement. The absurd doesn't mean nothing matters. It means nothing matters inherently. You get to decide what matters. Your relationships, your curiosity, your experiences, your kindness. These have the meaning you give them. That's not less, it's more. Camus distinguished between quantity of experiences and intensity. The absurd person chooses intensity. Not living longer, but living deeper. Feeling more, experiencing more, connecting more. Consciousness becomes the measure of life. This philosophy doesn't lead to hedonism. It's not about pleasure-seeking. It's about clear-eyed engagement. You see the world as it is. No illusions, no false comfort, and from that clarity you choose how to live. The absurd creates solidarity. We're all in this together, all pushing our boulders, all asking questions the universe won't answer. That shared condition can isolate or connect. The absurd hero chooses connection, chooses love. Camus wrote about revolt, freedom, and passion. These are the responses to absurdity. Revolt against false meaning, freedom from cosmic expectations, passion for experience itself. Together, they form a way of being, a philosophy of life. The beauty emerges from acceptance. A sunset is beautiful precisely because it's temporary. Love matters because it will end. Your life is precious because it's finite. Meaninglessness doesn't diminish beauty, it creates it. You might be thinking this is too heavy, too philosophical for daily life, but it's actually practical. When you stop seeking cosmic validation, you stop wasting energy. You focus on what's real, what's present, what you can actually touch. The absurd teaches you to hold things lightly, your opinions, your achievements, your identity. Nothing is permanent enough to cling to. This lightness isn't carelessness, it's wisdom. It's knowing that change is the only constant. Imagine living without the weight of ultimate purpose. No destiny to fulfill, no grand plan to discover, just choices to make, experiences to have, people to love. This isn't emptiness, this is space. Space to breathe, space to be. Camus said we should live to the point of tears. Not from sadness, from the overwhelming fullness of existence. From recognizing the absurd and choosing life anyway. From loving what cannot last. That's the ultimate rebellion. The question isn't whether life has meaning. The question is whether you'll create meaning despite the absurd. Will you push your boulder with dignity? Will you dance in the void? Will you love what disappears? This is the psychology of finding beauty in a meaningless world. It's recognizing the absurd without surrendering to despair. It's accepting silence without demanding answers. It's being alive, fully alive, precisely because nothing guarantees meaning. So yes, life is meaningless. The universe doesn't care. Your boulder will roll back down. And somehow, impossibly, that makes everything more beautiful. Because you're here anyway. Because you choose to push. Because you're alive. That's enough.